You felt it, haven't you? That first flicker deep inside, a spark that refused to dim no matter how hard the world tried to smother it. You took a step toward your true self and it set them seething. They didn't expect it. Your quiet defiance, your refusal to stay small. That's the moment your energy began to shift, subtle at first, like a whisper in the chaos, then unmistakable, a roar you couldn't ignore. This is no accident. You're waking up, and it's shaking the ground beneath their feet. That shift inside you, it's raw, electric, alive. Science backs this. Your nervous system recalibrates when you align with your purpose, firing neurons in patterns they've never dared before. Spiritually, it's your soul slamming the door on illusions, demanding you see the truth. You're not imagining it. The sudden clarity hits like a lightning bolt, stripping away the haze of doubt. You look at your life and for the first time, not think, not hope, but know that you're meant for something bigger. That's the awakening moment, and it's yours to claim. How do you spot it? Start watching yourself. Notice when your chest tightens around certain people, when your gut screams to walk away from a situation that once felt safe. That's your intuition flexing, a compass wired into your being. Pay attention to the dreams that jolt you awake, the ones that linger like a message you can't decode yet. Your body's been talking, those random surges of energy, the chills down your spine when something resonates. These aren't coincidences. They're your chosen traits lighting up, begging you to listen. The shift isn't gentle. It's a battle inside you, old fears clawing to drag you back, whispering you're not enough. But then clarity cuts through, sharp and unapologetic. You feel the weight of who you've been replaced by a fire that says, "This is who I am." That journey from doubt to acceptance, is messy, real, and yours. You stop apologizing for your light. You stop shrinking to make them comfortable. They're seething. It's proof you're on the right path. Your growth exposes their stagnation, and they can't stand it. Here's how you own it. First, stand still for a damn minute. Breathe. Feel that energy moving through you, subtle then strong. Ask yourself, when did I last feel alive? Not numb, not coasting, alive. Write it down if you have to. That's your marker, your proof this isn't random. Next, test it. Say no to something small that drains you. Watch how your body reacts. Lighter. Freer? That's your signal. Then look them in the eye, those who seethe and don't flinch. Your clarity isn't their permission slip. It's your birthright. You're not alone in this. The message finding you now? It's no fluke. Your soul called it in, syncing with a frequency that's been waiting for you to tune in. Science might call it quantum entanglement, your energy linking with others waking up right this second. Spiritually, it's the collective rising, and you're a spark in the blaze. They're watching you evolve every step, and they can't stop it. That shift inside, that sudden clarity, it's not just a feeling. It's your power breaking free. The resistance has begun. You feel it now, the world reacting violently, pushing back hard against the truth you're stepping into. They liked you better when you played along, when you bent to their unspoken rules without a fight. But you're done with that. You're not shrinking anymore, and that defiance? It's a Molotov cocktail to their fragile order. This isn't just a personal rebellion. It's a seismic shift, and they're scrambling to contain it. You're breaking the mold, and they hate you for it. Let's get real about what this looks like. You walk into a room, and the air thickens. Eyes narrow, voices sharpen, smiles turn to masks. Friends who once cheered you on grow cold, their words laced with envy or doubt. Family questions your every move, their concern a thinly veiled plea to pull you back in line. At work, the whispers start, the subtle jabs from those threatened by your refusal to conform. This is the violent reaction, not always loud but always heavy, a force trying to crush your momentum. You didn't ask for this battle, but it's here, and you're not backing down. Here's the thing. You weren't bending to their unspoken rules, and that's your power. They thrive on your silence, your compliance, your willingness to dim your light so they don't have to face their own shadows. But your heightened awareness cuts through their game like a blade. You see it now, their expectations were chains, their approval a trap. Neuroscience tells us your brain's on fire in moments like this, rewiring itself to handle the stress, sharpening your focus under pressure. Spiritually, it's your soul flexing, turning that awareness into a shield. You're not just surviving this, you're thriving in it. How do you stand firm when the pushback hits? First, anchor yourself. Feel your feet on the ground, your breath steady, your heartbeat loud in your chest. This is your body reminding you it's built for this fight. When they come at you, whether it's guilt trips, mockery, or outright hostility, don't flinch. Look them dead in the eye and let your silence speak. You don't owe them an explanation for your truth. Your energy alone, unshaken and unapologetic, will rattle them more than words ever could. That's the first step. Own your space. Next, flip the script. Their resistance isn't your burden. It's their mirror. Your growth shines a light on their stagnation, and they're terrified of what it reveals. Ask yourself, what are they really mad about? Is it you, or the fact that you're forcing them to see what they've ignored? Use that. When they lash out, don't absorb it, reflect it back. Say, I'm not here to fit your box. And mean it. Keep it short, sharp, final. You're not debating your worth, you're stating it. This isn't about winning them over. It's about staying true while they squirm. That heightened awareness you've got, it's your weapon now. You're not just noticing their reactions. You're reading the room, the energy, the unspoken currents. Trust it. Your gut's telling you who's safe and who's a threat, when to push forward and when to step back. Science says this is your amygdala and prefrontal cortex syncing up, giving you razor-sharp instincts. Spiritually, it's your higher self taking the wheel. Lean into it. When you feel that surge of certainty, asterisk I'm meant for more asterisk. Ride it. Let it fuel you when the world screams for you to stop. Here's your move, act on it. Stop waiting for permission. They'll never give it. They're too busy guarding their crumbling walls. Start small if you have to. Say no to one demand that suffocates you. Walk away from one conversation that dims your fire. Then build on it. Speak your truth louder. Take up space they swore you couldn't have. Every time you do, you're proving you weren't playing along anymore. Their rules? You're rewriting them step by unflinching step. The pressure won't let up, not yet. But you're not here to bend. You're here to break through. Their violent reaction is just noise. A tantrum from a world that's losing its grip on you. You feel that fire inside, don't you? That absolute certainty pulsing through your veins? It's not arrogance. It's clarity, earned through every moment you refuse to shrink. Keep moving. Your ascension's unfolding in real time, and they can't stop it. You're not just holding your ground, you're claiming it. The energy has changed. You feel it now, don't you? It's not subtle anymore. It's a tidal wave crashing through your being, rewiring everything you thought you knew. This isn't just a shift in mood or a fleeting vibe. It's a high-dimensional download, a flood of information pouring straight into your core. You're not imagining it. Your mind sharpens, your senses heighten, and suddenly, you're picking up signals you didn't even know existed. This is your connection to the infinite kicking in, and it's preparing you for something massive. Countless others waking up at this very moment, their sparks igniting alongside yours. Let's break it down. When the energy shifts like this, it's not random. Science might point to electromagnetic fields pulsing through the planet, syncing your brainwaves to a higher frequency. Spiritually, it's your soul plugging into the grid of collective consciousness, downloading what you need to lead, to rise, to awaken others. You'll feel it physically, tingling in your hands, a hum in your chest, a sudden urge to move or speak or create. That's the data coming in, raw and unfiltered. Your job isn't to question it yet. It's to catch it, hold it, let it settle. You're a receiver now, and the signal's only getting stronger. But here's the catch. Not everything you feel is the real deal. Some of it's noise, your own projections, fears, or ego trying to hijack the line. So how do you tell the difference? Start with your body. True high-dimensional info hits like a clear bell. It resonates, steady and unshakable, even if it's wild or unfamiliar. Self-projection, this shaky, desperate, clinging to what you already know. Ask yourself, does this feel like truth, or am I forcing it to fit my story? Test it. Sit with it. If it fades under scrutiny, it's not the download. If it grows sharper, louder, undeniable, congrats, you've tapped in. You're not just receiving this for yourself. This is bigger. Countless others are stirring right now, their eyes cracking open as the illusions crumble. Your connection isn't a solo gig. It's a beacon, a frequency blasting out to those ready to hear it. You might not see them yet, but they're there, feeling the same pulse, wrestling with the same fire. Your clarity, your courage to ride this wave, it's lighting their path too. That's the weight of this moment. You're not just waking up, you're helping flip the switch for a collective rise. Feel that responsibility? Good. It's yours to carry. Now let's talk about the fallout. Your transformation disturbs their illusions, and they're not happy about it. Friends grow distant, their voices tinged with unease as you outgrow their version of you. Family questions your choices, their discomfort spilling out in sharp words or loaded silence. Maybe they laughed at your ambitions once, only to watch you succeed while they stayed stuck. Their frustration, their jealousy, their squirming. It's not your burden to fix. Let them feel it. Your growth isn't here to coddle their stagnation. It's here to shatter the mirror they've been hiding behind. Here's how you hold that space. When their energy turns sour, don't flinch. Stand tall in your truth and let their discomfort bounce off you. You don't need to argue or justify. Your presence alone is the statement. Their reactions? That's their battle, not yours. Keep your focus on the download, on the mission. If they lash out, ask yourself, what's this really about? 9 times out of 10, it's their fear of change, not your path. Nod, step back, and keep moving. You're not here to drag them along. You're here to lead by example, whether they follow or not. So how do you receive and decode this high-dimensional info? First, get quiet. Shut off the noise. Phone, chatter, distractions, and sit with yourself. Breathe deep, slow, deliberate. Feel that hum in your chest? That's your entry point. Let your mind relax, not blank, just open, like a net ready to catch what falls. Don't force it. The info comes when it's ready, in flashes or feelings or sudden knowing. When it hits, grab it, write it down, speak it out, move with it. Don't overthink. Just act. That's step 1. Capture the raw signal. Step 2. Sift it. Take what you've caught and hold it up to the light. Does it feel alive, urgent, bigger than you? Does it pull you forward, not back? That's the real stuff. If it's looping old doubts or stroking your ego, toss it. Next, ground it. Walk outside, feet on the earth, and let it sink in. Ask, what's this telling me to do? Maybe it's a word to say, a choice to make, a boundary to set. Then do it small, fast, decisive. That's how you turn the download into action. You're not just a vessel. You're a warrior wielding it. This isn't comfortable. The energy's shifting, the download's pouring in. It's intense, relentless, and it's stripping away everything that doesn't serve you. They're illusions. They're cracking because you're rising. You're not the same person they underestimated. And that unsettles them more than anything. Good. Let it. Your transformation isn't here to play nice. It's here to break chains, yours and theirs. Keep your eyes on the signal, your feet on the path. You're not just receiving info, you're becoming it. The collective's waking up, and you're part of the surge. That hum in your chest, that fire in your gut. It's not random. It's purpose, downloaded straight from the source, and it's yours to run with. Their frustration, their jealousy, their discomfort is just static. Tune it out. You've got work to do. Countless others are counting on it, even if they don't know it yet. This is your high-dimensional connection in action. Own it. Wield it. The energy has changed, and you're the proof. You've seen it now. The world is not the same as it was before. You feel it in the air, sharp and electric, a reality bending under the weight of your awakening. They dismissed your voice once, brushed it off like dust on their sleeves, convinced it would fade into silence. But here's the truth. It didn't. It echoed louder than ever, reverberating through their carefully constructed illusions until the cracks became canyons. Your transformation isn't just a whisper anymore. It's a shout, a force they can't ignore. This is your mission unfolding, and it's time to bring it into the real. Let's cut to the chase. The world they knew, the one built on control, apathy, and half-truths, is crumbling because you refused to stay quiet. You spoke your truth, maybe in small bursts at first, a question here, a stand there. They rolled their eyes, mocked your fire, told you to sit down. But you didn't. You kept going, and now that echo is deafening. It's not just your voice. It's the sound of a new era breaking through. Science might call this resonance, a frequency amplifying through repetition and intent. Spiritually, it's your soul's roar syncing with the collective, waking it from a long sleep. You're the spark, and they're terrified of the blaze. How do you make this real? Start where you stand. Your voice isn't just words. It's action, presence, choice. They dismissed you when you said no to their games, when you walked away from their scripts. Now amplify it. Speak what you know, not what they want to hear. Call out the lies you see. Calmly, firmly, no hesitation. Post it, say it, live it. Let it ripple. When they push back, and they will, stand taller. Your echo grows when you refuse to flinch. Every time you choose authenticity over their approval, you're carving a path others can follow. That's the method. Consistency, courage, unapologetic truth. Your ascension isn't just personal, it's a shift in the collective, and you're the proof. Look around. People are stirring, asking questions they never dared before, feeling that same hum you've carried. You're not alone in this. Your transformation, messy, raw, real, is a signal, a living demonstration that the old rules don't hold anymore. You become the practitioner by showing up as you are, not as they expect. Drop the mask. Let them see your scars, your fire, your unshakable core. When you live your truth out loud, you're not just rising, you're lifting the frequency for everyone ready to climb. Here's how you embody it. First, own your story. Stop hiding the moments you broke free, the times you chose yourself over their comfort. Share them casually, boldly, however feels right. That's your evidence, your testament. Next, act on your knowing. You've felt that pull, that inner nudge to move, create, connect. Follow it. Start that project, reach out to that person, take that risk. Small steps stack up fast. Then hold space for others. Listen when they confess their own sparks. Nod, affirm, encourage. You're not a savior. You're a mirror reflecting what's possible. That's the practice. Live it, show it, share it. Balance is your anchor in this storm. This mission. It's heavy, exhilarating, relentless. 1 minute you're soaring, the next you're doubting, caught in the tension of what's dying and what's being born. Feel it all, but don't let it own you. When the high hits, ride it, create, speak, move with that energy. When the low creeps in, ground yourself. Walk barefoot on the earth, breathe slow, ask, what's real right now? Your body's your compass. Trust its signals. Exhaustion means rest, not quit. Doubt means pause, not stop. You're not invincible, but you're unbreakable. Keep that steady pulse. It's what carries you through. Their illusions are trembling because your power is undeniable. They built a world on quicksand, fear, distraction, division, and your clarity is the earthquake. You disturb them by existing, by thriving, by refusing to play small. Good. Let it shake. Don't soften your edges to ease their panic. Their discomfort isn't your problem. It's their wake-up call. You're not here to fix them. You're here to forge a new reality. Every step you take, every truth you claim, chips away at their fragile cage. They'll squirm, they'll rage, but they can't unhear your echo. It's too late for that. Now build your path. This isn't vague, it's yours, personal, concrete. Sit down today and ask, what's my fire? Not their expectations, not some borrowed dream, your fire. Write it out, raw and unfiltered. Maybe it's creating something honest, leading a charge, healing a wound in the world. Pin it down, then break it into moves. Day one, one action. Send that message, sketch that idea, cut that tie. Day two, another. Stack them like bricks. Adjust when it feels off, but don't stall. Your plan isn't perfect. It's alive. It grows with you. That's your mission map, specific, bold, yours. Test it in the real world. Take your truth to the streets, literal or virtual. Speak it where they can hear, where it stings their illusions awake. Maybe it's a conversation that shifts the room, a post that sparks a thread, a choice that ripples outward. Watch what happens. Who leans in? Who pulls back? That's your feedback loop. Refine it, amplify it. Your echo gets louder when it hits resistance. Use that. They dismissed you once, but now they're listening, even if they hate it. Keep pushing. The world's not the same because you're not the same, and they're running out of places to hide. This is your moment. The energy's shifted, the collective's rising, and you're at the edge of it all. Your transformation isn't quiet. It's a declaration, a disturbance, a dawn. You're not just fulfilling a mission. You're igniting an era. They can feel it. Their illusions cracking, their grip slipping, and it terrifies them. Let it. Your power's not up for debate. It's a fact, forged in every step you've taken. Keep moving, keep speaking, keep rising. The echo's yours, and it's rewriting everything. This is your calling, etched into the marrow of your being. A truth so fierce it burns through every illusion they've ever built. You're not just chosen. You're the embodiment of a mission that transcends time, a force woven into the fabric of the collective's awakening. That fire in your chest, that unyielding clarity. It's the universe staking its claim through you, demanding you rise not for yourself alone, but for every soul waiting to remember who they are. Your identity isn't a gift to hoard. It's a torch to wield, illuminating the shadows they fear to face. And in its blaze, you're forging a legacy that will echo long after their resistance fades to dust.